Welcome. Good morning. It's January 22nd. Market analysis for today. I'm by myself in the studio this morning. I've got a couple of people who are away. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on in the markets today. I think that, it's time for a good overview. There's no question. I'm just going to quickly grab a couple of headlines here. I don't know where it is. Let's go look for it here. There we are. Top crypto events of the last 24 hours. First of all, we're going to grab this, and then I'll be going to the charts. And now I just need to stage left. Where? Oh, of course, wrong browser. There we go. So for the updates for today, MicroStrategy buys another 11,000 Bitcoin for $1.1 billion, raising holdings to 461,000 Bitcoin worth 48 billion. Purchases continue during equity and debt funding. Sorry for the cough there, folks. Trump and Melania coins dropped 26 and 54% during profit-taking, market uncertainty, and lack of pro-crypto policies in Trump's speech. Trump deflects the questions on the Trump meme coin, saying it's very successful, but peanut in comparison to major tech ventures discussed. But peanuts. Oh, yeah, but peanuts. But remember, Peanut did a great job in comparison to major tech ventures discussed with OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank. MicroStrategy shareholders approved stock increase to fuel Bitcoin purchases, supporting its $42 billion 21-21 plan during recent BTC acquisitions. Now, highlights. Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan states banks would embrace crypto hard if regulators allow it, highlighting blockchain patents and readiness. Isn't it interesting how, we talk about how Bitcoin can help us for how many decades, right? Like many decades. And now all of a sudden, oh, it is a great idea. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, and we might as well call it Elon Musk's because that was the meme coin that went up 600% after he said he was going to buy some. Doge launched its website with the Dogecoin logo. They're all memes. Every one of them. All of these cryptocurrencies, they're all memes. None of them are real. That's what I'm learning as this goes through. Mark Cuban floated creating a meme coin to help pay off the $36 trillion US debt inspired by Trump's meme coin success, though the impact would be minimal. Well, the impact would actually be pretty friggin' great because the people already paid for that. So what, you're telling them, oh, let's go ahead and get a meme coin and get everybody who paid for the debt to pay for it again? Morons. Blockchain investigator Zach XBT cashed out nearly $4 million from a meme coin unexpectedly sent to his wallet, sparking mixed reactions on social media. Osprey funds and Rex shares file for ETFs on, ready? Trump, literally, the meme coin. They want to put ETFs on the meme coin. Doge, oh yeah, another meme coin. Bonk, another meme coin. Then Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP as Trump-era crypto policy sparks investor frenzy. So they're just going along with the flow. You can't, like, this is the funny thing. It's like all of a sudden they're doing it. No, no, they've been planning this for years. You don't do this kind of thing for your investors if you haven't been planning it for years. This isn't just like, oh, look at Trump's crypto policy is sparking investor frenzy. Yeah, sure it is. SEC Security Commissioner led to lead task force aiming for clear crypto rules, marking a shift from enforcement-based regulation. Oh, now even he's softening. This is just dumb as these people are as dumb as nails, or they are deliberately doing all of this. One or the other. Take your pick. I don't care which one. Just stop following them, because you're just being led around like lambs to slaughter. All right, so that's the number one thing that I wanted to touch base before we get into the charts. And the reason why is because the charts, where are, there we go. Look at how the Dow Jones has just been going up. I remember saying that weeks ago, right? That this is just going to keep on going up. We had this little bit of resistance here, but no problem. It's well on its way. I can delete this now. We don't need it. Keep this chart nice and clean. So yeah, like there you go. Dow Jones is on its way up. Of course, the dollar is getting stronger. But what's interesting is that we actually still have a silver that's buttoned up against this high, and a gold creating new highs, going for that all-time high. So very interesting, because normally speaking, as the faith in the fiat goes up, faith in the metals go down. So it's a very interesting situation happening. Oh, hello, Audrey. Global 30, all the cryptos. I told you this was going to get whiplashy here leading into the inauguration, and sure enough, lots of whiplash. Now it's looking like it's starting to stable. Yeah, at this level here. We'll see where it goes next. I would expect this blue plan to still somewhat follow. Bitcoin, lots of whiplash. Created a new high there the other day on Sunday, and since then it has been maintaining fairly good average, settling just above the $100,000 mark. Yep. Ethereum still inside this bearish trend. That was actually kind of funny. Vitalik, he's the founder of Ethereum. He was on Twitter yesterday complaining about how people are complaining about Ethereum. Isn't that interesting? He's saying that he's getting calls from developers and like messages from developers saying that the negativity in social media is getting to them. It's really making them difficult to work. Well, I think that's hilarious. Do you want to know why? Because throughout the entire dark night of the soul, right? So crypto went through the dark night of the soul here in 2020, throughout Biden's, right? And it went up again in 2021. But this whole dark night of the soul here, and this area here where there was just no action happening for so long, this area here was the hardest to go through in crypto. Lower liquidity, very little investor interest, no big new projects coming forward and making millions and millions like that. Well, I shouldn't say that there were none. There were lots that did that, but not in great volume like what we're seeing right now. The accumulation of volume just wasn't there. And it was difficult to develop in that, because you got to plan, you got to make sure that you are focused, driven. You got to have your 2-year, 5-year plan very, very strong in your mind if you're going to go through the dark night of the soul in any market. And isn't it interesting that they go through all that and then they finally here, like at the cusp of the bubble, and they're bitching to Vitalik about words on social media. What are these guys? Bunch of woke-ass pansy bitches? Like, where have you been this whole time? Why are you coming on social media bitching to the director of a decentralized currency? Why are you bitching to him about the complaints that you're getting on X? Like, do you not have a backbone or something? Like, seriously, words on social media are going to tear you down after you went through the dark night of the soul? No wonder people think Ethereum's a shit coin. The people working within Ethereum think it's a shit coin because words on social media are holding them back. Come on. Give me a fucking break. Cardano, moving on. Cardano, not experiencing the same thing. They've gone through the dark night of the soul and they don't care. In fact, when you talk to people who are developing in Cardano, they all say they don't care what the price is because the price doesn't affect them. Investor interest doesn't affect them. Why? Because they hold on to that vision. They hold on very, very tightly to that vision. You think that you guys in Ethereum have been getting it bad? Look at how Cardano has been treated for the last, well, since they got started. Come on. Like Cardano, they got the short end of the stick when it comes to investor interest. They got the short end of the stick when it comes to being a part of the crypto community. In fact, oh yeah, that's right. It's the Ethereum developers who were saying that Cardano would be delisted because of how inadequate it is. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Do you guys remember that? I do. And Cardano doesn't care. Because you can talk down to them, you can tell them that they're losers. You know, like there's that Alex Becker who all he ever does is joke about how people in Cardano live out of their mom's basement and have their girlfriends' boyfriends pay for dinner. Like, that's how they treat people in Cardano for years. We don't get upset when some words on social media are against us. Like, come on. Grow a backbone, you Ethereum bastards. First of all, who the hell wants to use a coin where it costs $25 to get a $5 item? Like, honestly, who was thinking? Like, someone wasn't thinking there. Cardano comes along and is absolutely re-engineering the crypto market space. Blockchain is being re-engineered by Cardano and their decentralized autonomous organizations. With all of your vitriol, with all of your verbal abuse, with all of your nonsense, over 50 nations are looking at Cardano. Nation states are looking at Cardano as a means for their citizenry to protect their property. And then the Ethereum people say the words on social media are hurting their progress. Wow. So now you've revealed your intention behind all of the nasty things you said about Cardano. If the words are hindering you, then your words were meant to hinder the Cardano community. So fuck you, Ethereum, and everything you stand for, and all of your developers. Solana created that all-time high a couple days ago. As you can see, it's now averaging out, getting ready for its next movement. Injective token. Injective token sitting at this nice support level here. You can see that whiplash. I had a couple people tell me over the last couple of days that the whiplash is actually getting to them. I just told them, just remember, none of your accounts are realized gains or losses yet. Those trades are still in play. So if you're having a hard time looking at all this volatility, every day you look at, you're like, you're up $200 and you're down $400, and then you're up $600 and then you're down $500. If it's too much, just don't look for a while, because it's going to continue to be pretty volatile here for the next little while, especially when things go wild. And if you're getting emotional when things are like this, I don't want to see you get super emotional when the price goes up to my target at $150, right? So, this is a 500% increase from where we are right now to my target. So I can tell you right now that if this is gonna knock you out, if you're thinking of leaving because things are going up and down like this, you are not going to be able to emotionally handle a 5x return. Okay, so just chill, relax, you'll be okay, everything will be fine. No, everybody is doing really well. There's nobody looking to leave. There's lots of questions whenever there's volatility, and it makes sense. I mean, because we're so used to putting money into a bank account and then watching it slowly grow, because that's the mentality that we have. But when we're doing this, we have to approach this differently. You haven't lost anything and you haven't gained anything. You simply are in a trade and it's going up and down. Fetch. Great position here. I'm actually thinking we're going to go for one more dip on Fetch. I think we're going to go for one more dip. Wouldn't that be something if we came back down to this $9 area? That'd be nice. Let's go on sale one more time. Polygon, nice and low, great place. I just got a bunch of Polygons, so I'm happy. Destra, still hanging out nice and low. This range here is just beautiful. That's been kind of like the average range for the last year. So if you're looking at getting some Destra, you're running out of runway. Everything under $1 is on sale though. So like Destra Network, my target here I think is $10. Oh no, I got two targets. Yeah, one of them's at $4, $5. One of them's at 10. 0 by 0. Same kind of idea as what we saw with Destra. WorldCoin hanging out at its beautiful little zone here. Look at how well this has been consolidating. If we take a look at this area here, yeah, there we go. This area here has had a lot of price action at the top and bottom end of that. And so here we are bouncing back and forth between the top and bottom of this range. Very, very volatile. Very, very good sign. Things are just getting into position. All right, so here we go on Neural. This one here is, of course, a shorter project. Hanging out nice and low at $4. Oh no, sorry, $8.50. Gonna double. You're just going back to the all-time high. That's a nice one. Beam, same idea, very, very low. Looking to double, going back to the all-time high. Nice. Look at how this is settling down on top of this old resistance. Look at this resistance. This here, that resistance has been here for a long time. And now hanging out at the bottom end of that. Pal, I'm liking this chart. Would love to see one more high, just beat out this previous high though. Amazing. Far. As you can probably tell, folks, I'm not going through as many assets as I normally do. And the reason why is I'm scaling down to just analyzing the assets that I'm currently in. If you want me to check out assets, definitely feel free to bring the comments with you. So leave a comment, tell me what chart you want me to analyze. I'll put it up here and I'll analyze your chart for you. but I'm just going to stick to the assets that I'm currently invested in because we need to get the market analyses shorter. And then that way we can work on some other stuff as next gen merchants because there's more than this to do. FAR, beautifully hanging out at a nice low. As you can also tell, I've taken off my trades as well, just because my previous streams, which you can go and find on YouTube, you can go and see exactly how much money I put in. But going forward, because we're heading into this bubble, I've decided that I'm not going to have my trades posted here. I'll just be tracking what it is that I've been in, and I'll just be showing you the demo account that I've created specifically for this bubble because you are not supposed to share how much you make. So I'm rearranging my assets so that I'm just sharing with you guys a demo account going forward. Superverse also sitting at a great place of support. Clearpool now sitting underneath this support. It would be wonderful to see get a push up and get a leg up over top, but be mindful that the real world asset bubble will be probably a little bit delayed from the AI and gaming bubbles. So this one here, I'm not expecting it to do a whole lot. In fact, if it were to go back down, I'd be all right with that. Probably buy some more. Non-playable coin hanging out nice and low as well. And then SPX 6900. Yep, just hovering after creating that new high over the weekend. All right, so that's that. That's market analysis for today, folks. I know I'm getting nice and short on it. My intention is to do that because I want to open the call up more for the second half. So I'm going to go ahead and open things up if you have any questions, comments, queries. For those of you who are interested in learning what you can do to set yourself up in this great recession, I call it, but of course it's spelt differently. It's called the Great Recession. Here we go. The Great Recession. Of course, it's reset with ION to make it sound like recession. Blah, blah, blah. It's a pun. And it's a call to action. I would love to help you. I would love to help you thrive through this great recession. We are headed into a renaissance, and it is the next generation of merchants that are going to lead the way, self-govern the economy, and make sure that our governments do not have the capacity to economically enslave us anymore. That's what we're after. And we can do that with simple steps that we can apply to our daily lives and our existing businesses. And so if you'd like to learn about what you can do to set yourself up properly for this fourth industrial revolution so that you can become a leader and a pioneer in this renaissance, go ahead, book my time, go to manknownaspaul.com/connect, and you can connect with me there on Telegram. I've got the trade room there. You can go ahead and click on that first thing in the morning and come and join us here for free. And then, of course, you can book a time where we can talk about what opportunities are going to be most fitting for you as we head into this wonderful, wonderful time. That's all I got for now. I'm going to open it up. Audrey, I see that you're here, but it's dark, so it must be because you're way down closer to the equator now.
Yeah, I'm actually sitting in a dark room.
Okay.
At the moment, but yeah, it's I'm going to stay on here when I'm down here in Mexico because I'm still like to watch. I like to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's good. We got to check in every day, especially now.
And I like the volatility, watching the volatility.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Totally. Yeah,
So,
I'm with you on that. In fact, I sometimes every once in a while, I haven't done this for a while, but when I was trading more, full time, I would actually go in with a trade just for fun. Just be, you know what? $10 and just try to scalp it. Try to make $20 in 2 minutes.
wow.
You can do it. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of guts, of course, but it's totally fun because it's a rush. It's a rush.
I don't think I have that patience.
And
And
well,
then,
it's patience and practice. It's every day looking at the 1 minute chart instead of, like we're looking at the daily chart and the 2 hour chart. You can take your time with that 2 hour chart. You're probably going to stay in the trade for a day or two, right? If you're on the daily chart, you're probably going to stay in that trade for a month or two. But if you're on the 1 minute chart, you're in there for 15 minutes maybe. And
oh,
you got to and you're just sitting there watching. You click the button and you just watch it. Don't take your eyes off of it.
uh,
Yeah.
wow.
But the analysis is the same because the movements are very, very similar. Like if I go in, I can't go down all the way down into a 1 minute chart because I don't pay for TradingView. But I'll show you. Like when you go down into these 15-minute chart, I'll go down to a 15-minute chart. I think I can go that low. Maybe even a 5-minute chart. Yeah, I can go down to a 5-minute chart. Look, the chart's the same. The analysis is the same too. Now, you're less accurate. So accuracy goes down. When you're on the daily chart using the techniques that I use, usually we're about 60%, 65% accurate. So you're good because you got lots of your wins more than pay for your losses. But when you're on the 15-minute chart or less, your success rate goes down to like 50%. So then really boils down to good money management because you can still make money with only a 50% win rate. Because all that is you risk your money here, right? Or let's go up. So you risk your money here and you win, right? And then you risk your money here and you lose. And so you think, well, then, now you're not ahead, right? You've actually lost. You've backed down to zero. Except with your money management, you're saying, I'm not going, if I lose this much, I'm done. Whereas when you go to make your money, you set your target so that you make more than you would if you lost. So your target here, I'm just going to use simple math so you can see. My target here is to win 2-1. So if I'm risking $100, my target is 200. If I'm losing, my stop loss goes on $100. Well, if I'm 50% accurate, when I win, I'm paying for 2 losses, right? Because I'm risking $100, I'm making it back, and then I'm making it again. So by making that $100 50% of the time, I can still make money, even if I'm losing 50% of the time. So that's just money management, though, and you just got to get good with that. Once you're good with that, I mean, it since it's 50-50 and you're still making money, you literally could make money flipping coins, right? Because that's just the level of accuracy that the strategy has. You can use other strategies to help improve your win rate, but that again takes a lot of practice. You got to do back testing. Back testing is going back in time and testing your strategy to make sure that it works. And that alone, like I remember I was back testing for 8 months straight when I was building the algorithm in 2019 and 2020. That's just what you have to do in order to practice those trading strategies at these higher frequencies, right? Because that's what this is. This is high frequency trading. But that's stressful, and you got to look at the charts all the time. So I like my daily chart and my 2-hour chart because that gives me all the data I need, especially for the style of trading that I do. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I got to take off all of these drawings because they don't mean shit anymore. They are just absolutely useless to us. We have no idea what's going to happen next. My technical analysis is just not going to, it's just not going to cut it. Silver and gold, I might still be fairly accurate with it, but gold, I've definitely not been accurate with this. I didn't think that we were going to go up. But that goes to show you just how much sentiment there is against the market at the same time. Because the manipulators, the market manipulators, the movers of the market, they will, rather the market makers, I should say, they usually push this price down with their manipulative tactics on paper contracts, like what they're doing with ETFs in crypto. So same idea here, right? I would have expected that. But apparently, even their manipulation tactics, which they've been employing for a long time, they're not even working. So that is a good sign. It means that a lot of people are recognizing that this here, Dow Jones, it's fake. That's why they're putting their faith in the gold, and it's going up at the same time as the Dow Jones. Again, that's my analysis on that. All right, I'm going to call it good.
Awesome.
Again, folks, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Connect with us on Telegram, lots of updates on there. And of course, we also get the updates on the other aspects that we're in. In NextGen Merchants, we've got our book study where we're working through, oh, my book is downstairs. Here it is. We're working through Atlas Shrugged. Oh, that is backwards. But Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged. This book is very, very, very informative as to why we're going through the times that we're going through. And for NextGen Merchants, we've started that book study. We started our first session last Sunday. And this week here, our target is to get to the end of chapter 2. And so, as I'm going through it again, I'm still noticing things that I didn't notice the first time. And that's exciting. And then we've got on Tuesday nights, we've got the controlling, taking control of your person. Oh, what's that? Sorry.
Can I just mention something about that? That if they want to still get in and catch up on that book, what we were discussing was the back.
Yes.
Where it is.
Yeah, that's a great point. And that was a big eye opener for me too, because for me, I've just always just grabbed a book and started reading it. And it was awesome to see the about the author section. Yeah, if you are wanting to catch up, definitely check out the back of the book. About the author talks a lot about her past and why she writes the way she writes. Then there's also a little bit of it's 2 pages about her from like just her history. And then, of course, the essentials of her philosophy of objectivism. And and we get to see it all unfold throughout this book. And it's really, really good. I liked the way that, I liked the way that it did. It didn't give away spoilers, well, the intro did, but it didn't give away spoilers, all the other stuff. It was really informative.
It just opened up your mind to how the book is written and a few things about how she thinks, right? And so then when you're reading the book, some of the things she said it makes more sense.
Yep, indeed. So yeah, if you're interested in being a part of that, let me know. The book study is for private members though, so that's a $777 investment for the year. But I can tell you right now that the events that we're hosting are going to more than pay for that, probably within a couple of months. So it's a really good investment. One other thing that we've got that. We've also on Tuesday nights, we've got taking control of the person. This is where we actually research this identity that the government has given us. And we see it on our driver's license, we see it on our passport, so on and so forth, Alberta healthcare card or any of our provincial healthcare cards. This ID, this identifier that we have with our government, we want to learn more about it, because as it stands, when they are in charge of the terms and conditions regarding that person, they can dictate that person, even in so much as getting rid of your like just freezing your bank account. They have the power to do that. And so what we want to do is that in law, we want to not comply with their unlawful movements, their unlawful acts against the person. And again, the person isn't you, it's your identity. It's the identity that the government has created to reference you. Okay? That's what your ID is. Well, we want to make sure that you have autonomy over that person so that you determine the terms and conditions that need to be in place before that being gets governed. And so, or that creature of their, that creation of theirs needs to be under your jurisdiction. And so it's easy to do. We just haven't been taught this. And so this is another aspect of NextGen merchants. Now, my life situation is rather unique, and so I don't have the same need to go through that as a lot of people. But we're going through those steps because there are so many people who are in Canada, and they are wondering, how do I protect my wealth? I mean, we've got World Economic Forum, we've got BlackRock, we've got Bill Gates, we've got the vast majority of the, well, I shouldn't even say the vast majority, literally 100% of Israel wanting to do more land grabs. And they are doing it through proxy wars. We have to really get clear on our rights as individuals and how to exercise them over our identities, over our citizenships. And that course on Tuesday nights, we just had our second class yesterday, is very, very helpful. Right now, it's still fine to come in. You're going to have to play some catch up, but it would be well worth it. Well worth it to learn how to do that. And that's another free event. So we're not charging. NextGen Merchants is not charging for that event. So you are more than welcome to join at no extra cost. The only thing that we do is some of the more private events, like the book study, or when we're working with the business owners and merchants on their businesses directly in our private work groups. Everything else that we try as much as possible to get as many free events out there, just so people can get started. You know, we need to help people get started. So yeah. 8 o'clock and all is well. I'm going to head down for breakfast, come back up for the game room. So that way I'm got some office hours here this morning. So I'll talk to you guys later.
You there, Paul? Maybe we can do that video.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sounds good. I'll see you there.
Okay. Bye.